Hi, Rich Karuba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk about sport bowling leagues. Let's challenge yourself in a sport bowling league. We've got an article, and you should probably read it. It's posted in Bowlversity, called Challenge Yourself in a Sport Bowling League. But what I want to tell you, you can compete on the PVA Experience lane oil patterns or in a variety of different patterns, possibly Kegel patterns, whatever your bowling center chooses to use as a sport condition. Now, typically, the USBC will call lane conditions red, white, and blue, red being the most common house condition and the highest scoring condition. Then the white pattern and blue pattern are exceedingly more challenging or difficult, to where you get almost a flat lane condition on a blue pattern, and the oils move around a little bit, and the lane gets very difficult to control the ball motion, and harder to hit the pocket, and correspondingly lower scores. But it's fun to bowl competitive leagues to get used to tougher lane conditions, because you might see them in tournaments. When you go to the state tournaments or the nationals, or there could be any number of tournament clubs that you like to bowl in that have more of a challenging lane condition than the typical house shot. And of course, bowlers' averages aren't nearly as high on sport conditions, but you can inquire at your bowling center if they're registered for sport bowling leagues, then, or if they use the PVA Experience patterns. It's a good way to test your skills, to learn to adjust on the lanes, to make sure you make good deliveries, to control your ball speed, your launch angle of delivery, the type of release that you use, and select a bowling ball that matches up as well. So there's a whole new set of challenges you face other than just the normal house conditions, and it's something we like to see. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's a challenge for any bowlers that are aspiring to get better and better and better. So if you ever get in a real competitive tournament situation against top flight players, it gives you a fighting chance to learn to bowl on something other than a very forgiving house condition that typically we see at bowling centers around the USA. So, it's just a simple matter. There's even a chart that they use to give you the standard average versus the sport average, and it'll give you a comparison. For example, if you're a 140 average bowler in a sport league, your standard average adjusted is probably about 148, maybe 150. So you can see there's a difference in there from the sport conditions to the house conditions. And even a bowler, a 220 sport league average, which is pretty remarkably high, is roughly equivalent to nearly 230, 227 to 230 in average. So there's anywhere from 7 to 10 pins difference in the average on a sport league compared to a house condition. But you need to find out for yourself how you stack up against that. So ask the management or the control desk personnel at your own bowling center about sport league patterns, and learn to bowl on them. It's challenging. Even shooting spares is more challenging. And if you can sharpen your eye and sharpen your skills on those conditions, you're going to become a better bowler everywhere you bowl. I hope this information helps you, and I hope you give it a try. Thank you.